Well, here we are again. What the fuck are we doing? Chapter is not cancelled, despite our fears. It will be coming out. We did get reports that it was done a few days ago. It could be leaking any day now. Well, probably 2 days from now. I gotta get my other big Attack on Titan video that's coming out before then, before this fucking chapter comes out, in case it invalidates everything. Twitch chat knows what I mean. We are streaming this live on Twitch. You should be here next time. How many viewers we got? We got fucking 13 viewers. What the fuck? That's a lot for us. You could make it more. If you were over here, it could be 14. But we're here to do what we do every month with our last minute predictions. We've made a beautiful fucking PowerPoint here. God, these images are off center as fuck. But it sticks with one key aesthetic. We got like 6 panels here. I tried not to just do the same shit we do every month and say, are we going to get an Eren monologue this chapter? Or Eren's perspective this chapter? Are we going to get his story a baby reveal this chapter? And I try to do some more individual things, because we do have a direction of what we're doing next chapter. It's right here. But we'll get into all that in a second. Let's see what the fuck chat is doing. Robo-Ghost has showed up. Minty spamming the fuck out of the emote so you can't see what's on screen because he thinks it's a hilarious fucking troll. He's spamming a whole bunch of shit. No need to fear, for I'm here, Robo-Ghost says. You told me to spam, so you're welcome. I did tell him that. We have 9 viewers. Stop projecting, Kyle. Now we got 8 viewers. We did have 13 for a second. Lol can't read text. Yes, great meme every time. Jojo, I don't think you know what projecting means. Yeah, I don't think that was used correctly. Kyle's theory of you just retorting random phrases you think argument tactics might be accurate. Stop embellishizing. I guess that's sort of true. Yes, he did a little star correcting me, so yes, I guess that's true. Bacon is even here. What the fuck? Editor of our Vinland Saga Arnheid videos here. Say hello to the YouTube audience. But let's get the fuck into this. We got a chapter to preview here. The battle against Floch, this is what the next chapter is likely going to be about. It's the tease at the end of the last chapter. I think we'll probably start the chapter with something else. I'm not sure, though. Maybe it'll be the old riots that we still haven't addressed since they first happened. Or I'm not sure, but Isayama does that, where it's like the end of the last chapter is like a tease of something, and then the beginning of the next chapter is like something else for a second. And then we'll get it. I'm pretty sure this will all be wrapped up this chapter. We'll talk about it as we progress. So Floch currently is holding the harbor. The plane's there. They need the plane. Kiyomi's there. They'll obviously pick her up as they go through, as long as they defeat Floch. But yes, Kiyomi looking pretty depressed, being held hostage. She's regretting all of her life decisions. She helped enable the fucking world ending here. And her country's about to get smashed if this prick doesn't get taken out. So, the battle against Floch, ? Not sure why there's a question mark there, but I make these PowerPoints quickly. This seems to be what chapter 128 is largely going to be about. I think they will probably win, but this conflict will be used to get them all on the same page. By them, I mean the Avengers. They have agreed to work together, but there's going to be some teething issues. I'm sure that they're going to nearly get defeated as they walk over each other without communicating in battle properly, only to come together and eventually coexist and win. 5 Titans should be able to take out a bunch of scouts. We talked about this on stream before we started recording, but they really have 3. I don't think Armin's Colossal Titan will be at all useful in this battle, and I don't think he'll transform. And I don't think Falco is ready to transform, though they could use this as like where Falco learns how to be a Titan shifter and things like that. So he's not a complete noob in the upcoming fight with Eren, and maybe he can be effective. So maybe there'll be a 4th one with a handicap. Armor. Fucking armor. I didn't even mean armor. I meant to say Reiner, because we're talking about the armored Titan. He doesn't have his armor anymore. I don't know if he transforms again, if he will. I'm sure we'll get an explanation of that when it happens. Not really worth the thought, but that could be interesting if he's weakened. It could be a showcase to reintroduce Annie onto the battlefield, I guess, since we haven't seen the female Titan in fucking 100 chapters nearly. So it would be interesting to see her fighting again. And what other Titan do they have? Are those the only 4 that they have? And then they have the Cart Titan, which doesn't have its gun, I don't think. So how useful will that one really be? Maybe this is going to be the Annie showcase and Gabby will be sniping cunts. Who knows? Maybe Zeke shows up and helps them. That was a big... I didn't even put that on the PowerPoint, but that was my big prediction, I think, last month. We'll see what's going on there. Chat's probably fucking... is exploding right now. Never mind, Carl is wrong too. Everyone is wrong but me, Minty says. God, Carl's English skills, Jojo says. Such a supportive chat I have. If Twitch is reading this, Eren is wrong and I'm laughing at you for supporting him. I think Minty meant if YouTube is. Yes, he does the correction down here. Pretty fucking embarrassing. And then Minty says, anyway, what's wrong with supporting someone in the moral in the moral wrong, Jojo says. I guess it's an interesting way to put it. Support means you think what they're doing. Yeah, they're having their fucking argument they have every time, Minty and Jojo. In the Mali arc, scouts were in the moral wrong, even if it's war. True. Jojo, you seem that little green sword icon next to my name. It means stop being a Jaegers. He is a moderator. How many people loved Thanos in Infinity War and Endgame? True. Thanos was great. He's easily the best character in that fucking movie. Doesn't make someone less intelligent, not really a good stance if someone supports someone morally in the wrong, invalidates their intelligence. They're just going back and forth in their fucking bullshit. I love how you type this out paragraph. It's immediately irrelevant because I already defined the parameters of what support means. They're just doing their shitty fucking back and forth. Chat exploded, bro. There are different sorts of support. You don't have to acknowledge. Who cares about their fucking squabble? Jean must kill Floch and confess his love as he dies. Potentially. Hey, Floch just whips his fucking gigantic penis out and destroys everybody. Did I have something else to say about this? He is looking very fucking stoic here, isn't he, our boy Floch? I think the whole next thing, this done is all about whether or not Floch will die or not. So they might not have as many Titans as they think. Mikasa is still at full power, I think, so she'll chop up motherfuckers. I don't think Levi's gonna fight. Hanji, I guess, could fight. I don't know how effective Armin is going to be if he doesn't transform at fighting. Jean is probably going to sword through some fucks. It'll be a cool little action set piece, I think. We'll have to see how it goes. I don't think it's just going to be an action chapter, though. And I think they definitely are going to, accidentally hit each other or something and, fuck each other up and make it look like they're going to lose. And then, someone, maybe it'll be Gabby and she'll finally step back into the forefront and be like, what are we doing? Why are we walking over each other? Stop, fighting. We have to take out these fucking idiots. Also, maybe they have to infiltrate the fucking fortress. Annie's pretty small and she's done infiltration shit before with, the Kenny thing or whatever. So maybe she has to sneak in and kick the Floch in the head or something and get Kiyomi, and then she sends up the flare signal and then everyone transforms and, fucking jumps on them. But we'll have to see. There's a million ways this could go, and it'll be completely irrelevant in 5 days when the chapter is out, so, let's go on to the next fucking panel. What will Kiyomi's role be after getting saved? Kiyomi presumably will join the team against Eren after being rescued, of course, assuming she does survive. What is her role going to be? She likely wants to save her country, so she should be motivated to be anti-Eren, but she must have some other impact. I like this point a lot, and I thought about it today, and I was like, this is definitely going to happen. A Titan transformation after jumping out of a plane would be pretty fucking epic. I feel like this has to happen. I feel like Annie is probably the best candidate for this, because I don't know about Rainer's capability. Maybe they could do it with Armin if they get really high in the air and then drop him quite a few away, but then they'd have to get out of there real quick. But I feel like a shifter jumping out of a plane then transforming is something cool that we'll probably have to see. They'll probably land on Eren. Is Eren in the ocean now? Is that what's implied by the fact that they're waiting at the harbor, or did they beat Eren to there and they're going to set up a blockade there and then attack Eren as he comes in? I'm not sure where Eren's position is. I'm sure Minty will say, well, actually, clearly, this is where he is in chat in a second. But I do like this second idea about the Titan transformation out of the plane. We're scrolling back up through chat as we do. Jojo, I've seen your posts on the Reddit. You're totally hiding your power level, says Truth. Interesting. Mikasa and any combo would be some badass shit. I think that's probably going to happen. If there is internal conflict here, I think Mikasa and Annie might be the two that clash heads and get into each other, because both of them are probably the two most effective at fighting without transforming, even though Mikasa can't transform obviously. But if you're going to send two people in, it's probably going to be those two to fuck up people without transforming. So yeah, them bumping into each other and getting pissed off would be interesting. I feel like they're going to perpetually tease them fighting and never actually show it. I think that's going to be the funny joke Isama is playing on us. Mikasa is extremely effective. Yes. Okay. If anything, Jojo is embellishing his power level. I've seen him on Reddit, but Minty doesn't go on Reddit. Everybody, just remember that. Even though he knows everything about these fucking shitty Attack on Titan Reddits, and he seems to be anti-Jaeger, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, who knows? Floch Loki, top 5 sexiest characters based off that panel. I know he's looking pretty stoic there. Yes, I am an ironic Jaegerist who ended up tragically becoming a real Jaegerist after considering the potential endings and their impact, Jojo says. Uh, in before they're like, Falco, you have small Titan. You are really the only one who can do the job. I don't know. You don't have any training but sneak in okay. Then Falco gets kidnapped and knocked unconscious. Well, Falco already got kidnapped. I don't think they're going to do that again. Can you please move chat so it doesn't cover up the text? Fucking got to do everything for these people, but probably a good idea. We usually put it over here, right? That was the big meme. So then it's over like the picture. That'll probably be better. Full screen. Fuck, where was we up to? Titanfog changed my trajectory of my IRL character arc potentially. Titanfog, that's a place and a half. Eren must have created a bridge to go over the sea, and they'll locate that bridge via the plane and find Eren from there. I guess Eren does have like the Warhammer shit or whatever, so he probably could like create a fucking land bridge or something from Madagascar to mainland Africa. What the fuck? The YouTube audience will thank you. I don't know. If you're watching the screen on this and not just having it on in the background, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Titans can't just walk on the sea floor? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how fucking deep the sea is. I look like a fucking marine biologist to you. The first 10 minutes of the video will have been unwatchable, Lamau. I read this shit out. They all know what the fuck is up. Anyway, technically no sunlight would reach the ocean floor, so the Titans shouldn't be able to work on the ocean floor. Could be a potential plot hole. Or Eren's just controlling them now and they don't need energy or some shit. Who cares? I like the idea of Annie running in Titan form, holding Mikasa with hardened hands, so they block the bullets when she throws Mikasa forward. Like how Eren would throw at the end of it. Yes, whatever. I didn't get the image. Do they have guns? Yeah, I guess, because Floch's right here. But it's not the old fucking military police guns where it fucks up like their maneuver gear or whatever. They all have thunder spears as well, right? That's probably important. But I guess we're talking about... So Kiyomi's role afterwards, I guess it maybe is to fly the plane, or Anya Capone could do it. We had a fucking way too long conversation about this before we started recording on stream. But Kiyomi's got to have something, like something other... I guess at the end she'll be a good thing of like, then it'll be 3 nations that get to like advocate for Eldians to be treated better by the world. If the world military mobilizes, there'll be 3 nations standing against them. Haruzu or whatever Kiyomi's homeland is, Paradis and Mali, assuming that they're all on the same page. So I guess she has value there, but I'm trying to think of like what else Kiyomi can add to the narrative at this point. I don't know if she'll be like, I saw Eren go that way and he was with something, and it'll be some big reveal or something. She has to have something else going on. And maybe we can speculate more about this if Twitch chat has anything to do. Back to our boy Floch. Will Floch die, or will it be a moral of the story that they put him on trial? I feel like Floch might go on trial, and that might be an interesting way of them being like, no, we're not like the Jaegerists. We don't just execute people and they like tie him up or something. They don't really have someone like... Maybe Glasses dude was the dude in the window. He shows up, they capture Floch, and they tell Glasses dude, you take Floch back, or just hold him here until we win, and then we'll put him on trial or something. But that's got a lot of arrogant thought of like, after we win. So I don't think that'll happen. But I don't know. Whether or not they do or do not like execute Floch if they capture him will be interesting. Maybe Jean, what the fuck is his name? John will kill him in fucking self-defense or something, like they're having a battle and they don't like overwhelm him and outpower him or whatever. Look, here he is in the background. Didn't even notice. I don't know. Floch's death is something a certain subtext of the fandom is craving and the other sarcastic side of the fandom is dreading. If he does die, it'll be extremely interesting to see what the overall reaction of the fandom is. The fucking ironic, like, Floch lovers thing, how it's like a hilarious meme that hasn't been driven to the ground at all, that you love Floch and that he's really cool and stuff. The ironic thing here is starting to bleed over and create, like, unironic Floch fans, I think. So it'll be interesting to see if there's, like, an outrage if Floch just gets, like, cucked out completely by John or something. And everyone's big Chad hero gets fucked up. I think that'd be pretty hilarious. I could also see him not dying because it seems like such an obvious cathartic moment, and Isayama may make a thematic statement by putting him on trial for his war crimes after the conflict is resolved. So I think if Isayama might be making a point if he like intentionally says like, no, you never get the catharsis of Floch getting killed. I think that could be interesting too. But let's see what the fuck China's doing, because that's my fucking second job out here. Maybe it'll be like in the Uprising arc where they deduce the weakness in the mobility gear. Possibly. Oh, well, they would know, right? Hanji like designed it, probably. Floch looks like a damn Chad. I look forward to his character conclusion. Floch is still not that interesting at all to me. I don't really care. I wonder why they have to manually switch between the Thunder Spears and guns. Who knows? But the Thunder Spears can deal with humans too. Cool. Yeah, I thought Yelena's nation would be one of the ones advocating for Eldians, but then 127 happened. Yeah, that shit was all made up. That's such a great character detail for Kiyomi, and not for Kiyomi, for Yelena. What a great fucking thing that was in the last chapter. Kiyomi, Kruger, Xavier conspiracy. Potentially, Kiyomi was in on the thing and she's going to reveal that our boy, Willie Tiber, is still alive, you know? Never let the Willie Tiber memes die. Fuck, if it gets revealed that Willie Tiber was secretly on an Aaron's plan, you all owe me $300 fucking dollars in Patreon money. Every single one of you, alright? Jesus Christ. And by the way, it's Xavier. Fucking idiot. Aaron has enough power to literally force the world to release all Eldians from concentration camps. He could force a change in the status quo without killing anybody. I assume that's his real plan. Again, Jojo just changes what he thinks is going to happen. Ironic Minty puts in quote, don't forget how it starts as a meme, but... Okay, you got to that. Yes. Fucking Minty, think I'm a fucking idiot. Think this is our first time. As someone who has seen Reddit from something as a friend sent me because I don't read Reddit myself, yes, there are Floch lovers. Yes, everyone's seen the Floch, like, covering his dick up with whatever it was. Everyone's seen that fucking image. Did you see the poll that was on? I don't know which Reddit it was on, if it was Titanfolk or Shingeki no Kyojin or whatever it's called. There was like a poll of what the general Reddit audience thought the ending was going to be, and it was I think 70% of them said that Eren was going to survive. Eren dying is like the one thing I'm most confident in. Maybe it doesn't happen. It'd be interesting if it somehow doesn't happen, but I feel like Eren has to die. I don't know. That was fucking weird when I saw 70% of people are under the assumption that Eren will live. Like, what the fuck? I just realized Magath is a leader of Mali, so why does everyone think if Eren dies, Paradis is fucked? True! No one realizes this. That Magath literally has all the power because Eren killed. See, this is why the Eren Willie Tiber conspiracy is true, alright? Willie put all of the Malayan fucking aristocrats on the edges, and after Eren killed Willie, he somehow knew that they were all on the edges, and he immediately goes to the edges and he stomps on that cunt's head, the particular Malayan general that was like pointed out to us like a second before about how badass he was or whatever. And that dude just looks up as Eren as he dies and doesn't give a fuck. Everyone knows that panel, alright? They knew it. Willie Tai was in on the plan. He set it all up that Eren would kill. Him and Eren set it up that everybody in Mali that had a rank higher than Magath was dead, and Magath was made number one boy, and therefore Magath is easy because he already likes Eldians, and he's fucking got a daughter complex with Gabby, so it'll all be resolved in the end. The end. Everyone gets along. Everybody on Titanfolk are looking forward to Floch being killed by Jean. They do want Floch to kill Hanji first, though, as she's a traitor, lol. I don't mind. At Robocoast, because the rest of the world military still hate Paradis and Eldians in general. The world military meme is so dumb, and I'm sick of arguing against it. When Jean decides to stop Eren, it's not being a traitor, but obviously when Armin and Hanji do it, it is. Yeah, because Armin and Hanji are easy to hate on. People just don't seem to not like them. Truth says deal, and then Bacon says, oh damn, I'm not sure what they're reacting to. I saw that, it was some normie shit, Eren, Historia. Oh yeah, the poll. Ymir reborn, Eren succeed, yeah. The Ymir reborn meme is like the dumbest shit ever. Like, that's my fucking moment where I turn on the series. If Ymir is like reborn. No, it could be cool. I'm not going to say that, but this Ymir is reborn thing is like the dumbest thing possible. I think Ymir works so well as she's literally only in chapter 122 in any relatable context. Sure, she was with Zeke before that, and she was in the chapter like right before that, I think. But chapter 122 is everything you ever need to know about Ymir. It makes her an S tier character. It makes like the best chapter I've ever read in manga. Like, we never need to see Ymir again. Do people not understand this? That's like the point. That's why it was so perfect. That's why it was so great. She doesn't exist anymore. She like gave all of her shit to Eren. She's like, you fucking deal with this shit. I don't give a fuck anymore. Because it was too much for her. Because you shouldn't just be a subservient like little shit. Frida was an idiot when she told Historia to act like that. And Historia right now ain't got much of an impact. So I think the character arc there is going to be she's going to come back. What if Historia was the man in the window, you know? What if the big reveal in the next chapter is Floch has Historia? He knew where she was, and he now has her at the harbor. And then we get the big exposition dump with Historia, who knows a bunch of shit. That'd be fun. I can believe that Magath can move on from his hatred of Eldians in general and change Mali. I wonder his tactic to change the rest of the world's opinion, though. Well, Mali is still number one in the world. Like, if America says some shit, even Russia and China sort of have to listen. So, if it's a situation like that. Plus, they just came off a war, so a lot of the world army is depleted a little bit. And again, with the ice burst thing, and if they sell them a bunch of materials or whatever, they can like calm down and forget about it or whatever. But I don't know, threatening the rest of the world with like, Mali will fuck you up if you keep doing this shit, and we now have all of the Titans, or whatever the Titan situation is after that, don't fuck with us. I don't know. They'll come up with a fucking way to do it. I don't know if I read the rest of Jojo's thing. What do you say? I wonder his tactic to change the rest of the bird's opinion, though. Paradis needs protection, especially if Titan powers are removed at the end of the story. It was only like 500 people, I think, though. Kyle, who do you think the final panel is anyway? It actually was more popular than I thought, but I said that I think maybe it's just Eren and it's Grisha. And it'll be like a time loop thing or something weird like that. But that was actually like the second most popular option on that fucking survey, so I don't know who it could be. Like, I think we're supposed to think it's Historia's kid because obviously he revealed the final panel like around the time they revealed that Historia was pregnant, but I think that might be a misdirect. So who the final panel is, I got no fucking idea. I don't think it'll probably end up mattering, but I don't think it matters right now. I think like he revealed it because it intentionally wasn't a spoiler. Like, nothing was spoiled by that. We have no idea what the context of that situation is. It could have been in the past. It could be in a dream or some shit like that. It could be some weird Evangelion imagery at the end of the series. Who knows? So I'm not very fussed over who the final panel is anyway. I'm sure it'll make sense when we get there and we will be like, oh. What we know is Mali will likely be overthrown anyway. Why is that? Think about how many resources they spent on invading Paradis. It was just one attack, and it wasn't even like a very big military thing. Makes sense. It's completely vulnerable, so they can rebuild a new motherlode or some shit. I don't know. We still don't have like an exact technological thing. Them nukes are coming out soon. I'm telling you. We need her to prove that Eren manipulated her. We need Ymir to come out and be like, that'll never happen. That's stupid. That's supposed to be subtextual, Minty. Jojo Cat, the world military was persuaded in Mali in the first base to attack Paradis by Willy. Oh, it's so easy. Just Eren, they have to find out that Willy was in on the plane with Eren, and then everyone's got to forgive him. Well, not true. Like, some foreign dignitaries were just crushed by Eren, I think. So, like, they're still going to be pissed about that, but I don't know. Tell them to get the fuck over it if they don't want more people to die. No, it'll be easy. They'll just do the big vengeance speech about how vengeance is bad, and then no one will want vengeance anymore after Gabby gives a big speech on the microphone. Easy ending. Ymir is unironic S-tier character, to be honest. Yeah, of course. It's the best chapter in the entire fucking thing, and it's all about Ymir. Yeah, Cadet Ymir, incorrect. She's like A tier. There's also the attack which killed foreign dignitaries, I just said this, which will be the threat to real, spurred them to unite a world military. Also, the world military has not amassed yet. It's, like, not standing yet. They haven't actually brought everyone together in one world military. Because that was going to take months and months and months, and Mali wanted to attack, like, right now. So, like, they haven't even formed it yet, so now we just have to stop them from forming it. It seems like the whole situation with Eldians is at an all-time high in the world right now after Eren's antics. And it's even at a more high after this, because apparently riots all over the world are happening with the Eldians who are like, holy shit, we're all about to get killed. Maybe, like, the rest of the world will be like, oh, the Eldians were right. They knew we were all going to get killed. They tried to warn us or something. And they might get a better impression of them because of that. Who knows? Somehow it's going to happen, though. God, Eren, you genocidal idiot. He's just made everything worse with his stupid actions. True. Motherload, Kyle, no. When did I say motherload? Good suggestion, Kyle. I don't know. Motherload. When did I say motherload? What is Minty talking about? I'm sure he'll explain himself in a second. Did we go over this Floch and Floch shit? Do I have to talk about this prick anymore? I don't know. Maybe they kill him, maybe they don't. We'll find out. So instead of doing what I usually do and just talking about, are we going to see Historia's baby, or are we going to see an Eren perspective fucking chapter, I decided to talk about two mysteries that are probably relevant to the next chapter and have, like, this might get updated this chapter. Like, if we cut away to something at the beginning of the chapter that isn't the Floch battle, it'll probably be these riots or whatever's going on. I still do like that it was Annie's dad that is like fuck this shit and starts the riot, because he's like a fighting boy. Remember, he was kicking shit. And this one could come to say it's got to be Shardis, right? I have an idea with Shardis here at the end. We'll talk about that in a second. You said mother load instead of motherland. When did I say motherland? When did I mean to say motherland? I think the point after the festival is Marley is weaker and they need the rest of the world's help to stand on their own. Yeah, and now the leader of Marley, who's also supervises specific military missions, so I don't think Eldians in the internment camps could overthrow them. Yeah, I think they're just going to be, like, rioting. I think, like, the military can get it under control, like, especially if this is happening in other countries. It's just like, well, they are rioting, and that is a difficult thing. Or you can be talking about that now. Oh, you're talking about that now, the riots. Yes, the riots. Worldwide Eldian riots. Do we have any... Did I just make this up, or was it confirmed that, like, all over the world Eldians were rioting? Is this something I made up? Because we saw it once. Eldian's riot still has to be addressed. This is a very important detail that I think nobody is talking about. This is an element in the narrative that doesn't seem to have a reason for existing, but because it's Isayama, it's going to be incredibly relevant eventually. I can't wait to find out why. Now, this is oddly Devilman-ish, of like, now everyone's turning on each other, the world's about to end, and now the world's in turmoil, and it's not actually Eren that ends the world, it's the other people in fear of Eren ending the world that ends the world, and then God has to reset everything, because we're fucking Devilman. So this is maybe evidence of a potential Devilman ending, but I still don't think that is very likely. But whatever, that's a connection I made. Instead of anticipating some grand reveal about the father of Historia's baby, or whether we'll get some Eren perspective chapters, this is actually a mystery that I think may actually be addressed in chapter 128. We are not getting Eren or Historia, boys. Don't even start to get excited about it. If we don't get excited about it, reverse psychology, maybe we'll get it. What if they just didn't show the fucking Floch shit? It was just a Historia chapter. And she's fucking... First Attack on Titan sex scene, it's just with the farmer dude. And the farmer was actually the father. What a meme that would be. I'm saying I do think it will achieve something. The riots, okay. It wasn't confirmed, okay. I personally think Zeke is trapped in paths and he'll be the one to create the Titan shifters... That would be interesting if Zeke is in the past realm and he's got to help him from there. That would be an interesting thing. That's like it's like in every heist movie when one of them gets isolated in like the room with all the cameras. What do you call it? Like the control room, and he has to help him from there. That'd be a gimmick and a half. But I don't know. I think Zeke is probably going to just show up and throw some rocks at some buildings in the next chapter and kill some of these Jaegerists. I think Zeke coming around and like having to be forgiven by both sides is going to be like a big test of like, all right, we have to put our differences aside, because both sides should hate Zeke at this point, since he manipulated the Eldians into trying to euthanize, and then he fucked over the Malanes big time by setting all of this shit up. Or maybe, because there's no way, some people still think Zeke is going to be with Eren or something, which is insane to me. I don't know, maybe he's yeah, because the Grisha thing with the Zeke, you have to stop Eren. Like, that's obviously going to go somewhere. So maybe instead of Reiner dying, it'll be like Zeke doing the suicide like ride that ends up kill. That'd be interesting because it would parallel Erwin, right? If Zeke has to do a suicide charge at Eren to take him out, and he had to die like Erwin did, and therefore it would be like coming full circle, and then we would be able to forgive Zeke because we hated him initially for killing Erwin. Am I saying that right? Why do I feel like Erwin isn't his fucking name? It is, though. And then he has to do it at the end, so it's like, oh, he did what Erwin did, and now it's a full circle, we forgive him thing. This is the perfect way to segue into a showdown battle, potentially. What reason does Zeke have to do that? His dad said to stop Eren and the shifters. Yes. Mali doesn't have Titans. They took a lot of combat soldiers and high-level personnel. If all they have is the security guards, then Annie's dad can easily overthrow them. They're not stupid enough to, like, have no... They didn't take their entire military to fucking Paradis. Didn't they have, like, over 1 million soldiers or something? People were memeing that in chapter 125 would be a full sex chapter with Historia. Of fucking course, this meme was Historia and Eren because of Tokyo Ghoul. I don't know, because is chapter 125 of Tokyo Ghoul a sex chapter? Interesting. Technically, it's Irvin, yes. Sometimes they say that. Lol, worst ending for the Jaegers is the following. Eren loses, Farmer is the father, world peace. Ymir has no more screen time and isn't reborn. Is this actually something people think, that Ymir is going to be reborn? Are we going to have to listen to people complain if fucking Historia has a fucking miscarriage or something and it's not their goddess Ymir? Because Historia's baby is going to be called Ymir, but it's not going to be called Ymir after fucking Ymir from 2,000 years ago. It's going to be called Ymir after a friend. Like, that's supposed to be the whole point, is that, you think it's about this Ymir, and symbolically you might think that, but actually it's got a realistic fucking explanation of, like, she had a friend called Ymir, and that's why it's called that. Like, you think it's this grandiose, like, reborn shit, but that shit's stupid. Get that shit the fuck out of here. It's about her friend. It's a much more simple, much more human explanation than some stupid fucking deity bullshit. Also, Eren manipulated Ymir. Let's make those people angry, because they are the worst. But yeah, Kasavier is important. We gotta love our boy Kasavier. Just love saying Kasavier, you know what I mean? You mean Historia has no screen time, not Ymir? I don't think they care about Ymir. I don't remember what I said. They would prefer she doesn't have screen time so that they can assume she was freed. Yes, of course. Carl, can you stop screaming into the mic for 1 second? True! We get it, you're part fish. What is that a reference to? I like the reborn Ymir thing as it parallels the Ragnarok story in which Yams is paralleled heavily in... No, it is not fucking Ragnarok. Every fucking world-ending thing is a Ragnarok thing. And I know it's fucking Ymir and all that shit. Whatever mythology that is. What is that? Norse mythology, and it's all fucking connected in this thing. But, like, there's never been a reborn thing in Attack on Titan. Like, that would be the weirdest, like, departure of anything I've ever seen. Especially when the whole point has been, like, secularism the whole time of, like, these war cultists are fucking idiots. Fuck all this religion bullshit. Yeah, I don't think fucking some reborn god deity bullshit is gonna happen. Historia having a boy would be hilarious. It could still be called Ymir. Like, Ymir, outside of Attack on Titan, is usually like a boy, like the god Ymir or whatever. Because it's like a giant. Like Ymir in Vinland Saga is a boy. I agree that her having a boy would be great, and she names it Rod. Instead of getting the Ymir reborn, our boy Rod Race comes back into being. I personally think Grisha lied to Zeke for the sake of the plan. Do you think Eren made fucking Grisha say that so that it was some Itachi ending bullshit where Eren was setting Zeke up to fight against him so that he would eventually lose if Eren is counting on losing? And when Eren dies and they find out the truth, Zeke will break down because his baby brother died for the sake of Paradis. Zeke doesn't give a fuck about Paradis. He cares about Eldians. Well, most of the Eldians are on Paradis. Yeah, whatever role with me for a sec. I mean, Yams has paralleled Norse mythology heavily, but it's never been like literal mythology. It's always been like characters are similar to this. Someone wrote or read a prediction theory years ago and predicted stuff like Ymir being a slave and being freed. There was a big Ymir post like before. It would have been like before original Ymir, as in the Ymir from the 104th, was even revealed to be a Titan. I remember seeing, maybe it was on Reddit like 5 years ago, that had like a big diatribe about who Ymir was and what was going to be about her character and things like that. I remember that ages ago. That was a big... I remember reading that in a shopping mall because I printed it out, and I would have been like 11, and I was like reading that shit and getting my mind blown. Fucking hell. What if she named the baby boy Demo after Mr. Reeves? True. What the fuck would the anime do then? Fucking idiots. JoJo, it was after chapter 115, so it wasn't that accurate or convincing. They predicted Ymir manipulated everything, like making it so that Freckles Ymir ate Marcel. That would be free Soma, free Historians, free Aaron, whatever. Which is annoying, convoluted for obvious reasons. Alright, we gotta end this fucking video. We've been going for a while. We said everything about this, then we got one more thing. So, will the mystery man come to save them? Who is this prick? Maybe he'll come and save the Avengers when they get pinned down by Floch. That could be another way they get out of this. Shardis is around, and I don't think his role in the narrative is done, so he has to show up at some point. This, I can't wait. If it is Shardis, I can't wait for everyone complaining about how it was a disappointing reveal or some boring bullshit. This, like the update with the Eldian riots around the world, is a mystery that I think potentially actually gets solved in this chapter, so I think we're justified in getting excited for it. What if it's Shardis and he retakes the reins of leadership and leads the Avengers to victory, completing his character arc? What if Shardis gets the redemption, and in this little battle, he's the glue that keeps everyone together? Because, like, when they were training, this is actually an alright theory. I like it more the more I think about it. Because he trained most of these people, like Annie and Reiner, and Armin and Jean and people like that, he can like make them work together, especially Annie and Mikasa, and be like, start yelling at them like they're little fucking kids again, and be like, this is what you gotta do to fucking win. And I think maybe if this is to happen, then he'd probably die in this attack with Floch. And it would be like, yeah, his character arc's over, he died. But he fucking came through one last time before he died. That boy Shardis was actually alright. He wasn't like this pathetic, like, cucked loser anymore. Well, she explained, I don't want to hear about this fucking theory. Revive Zeke and have Eren come into contact so that Eren could use time shenanigans to receive the power. After that, he could free Eren. Also, not convoluted. What's your argument? I don't care about this fucking bullshit. Carl, that was a mischaracterization of Jaegers. They also want to see Keith complete his bystander to Chad character arc. Who cares? Jack 2 Base is around. Are we really going to have Shardis be important to the story again? Yeah, of course. They tease that pretty heavily. You would know. Menti, no, she revived Zeke and brought his life back to him. Who cares about this boring mythical bullshit with Ymir? We're talking about Keith Shardis here, because this does look like Keith more than anyone else. But it could be Zeke. Zeke could show up and save him. Glasses Dude is an option. Never let the Willy Tiber memes die, so that's always an option. Besides that, Pixis is bald. Is he still around somehow? Almost certainly not. Erwin never died, Lamau, and this is Erwin. This is Grisha from the past, come again. Eren's actually disconnected from his body and is controlling it like he's fucking Nagato in some underground thing, and this is actually Eren. This is someone from the future. This is Kruger, he's back. We never saw Kruger get eaten. Sergeant Gross survived. This is our boy Gross here. Who else survived? Kenny didn't actually die. It's an old Ackerman that they didn't know about. It's a brand new character. How about that? It's the farmer bloke. He shaved his head and he's going undercover on behalf of Historia, and he's got some information, or he's going to lead them to where Historia is. I wonder if where Historia is like important. If she's like standing on some historical thing that'll be important later on, or some bullshit like that. Do we got any more crackpot theories? It's Carla. She's still alive. How about that one? Zeke throwing rocks at Jaegers could be interesting. End this dumb video already. God, Kyle, next slide. This is the last one. This is the last one. Who could it be? Does chat have any hot takes on who the man in the fucking window is? Hey, not that's it, fuck off. We ain't doing that shit yet. Your mouth is really dry, alright? Take a drink then. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck else this could be. Because I feel like it has to be like a big reveal or something. The mystery man in the window is like an important thing. It's like the most generic mystery you could do, but he did it. So, Shardis will kill Eren. They've been setting it up for ages since the conversation with Carla. I did have the theory before that like Eren was going to get defeated and Shardis was going to like stand over his body and tell him that he actually was special the whole time or something. And that would be to somehow, or something about being special or something that would fully encircle his fucking character arc as along with Eren's. Because there's a reason Shardis just wasn't killed off when like Floch beat the fuck out of him or whatever, or had everyone beat the fuck out of him. Like he has to have at some point in still being a character that's alive. There we go. It's Shardis or Glasses Guy or Zeke. That's it, as Minty says. In before Eren isn't even the genocide titan. The Avengers kill it. Just for the rumbling to continue anyways. S tier ending. Well, then they'd just take out all the Colossal Titans. They've set up from the beginning that the Colossal Titans are easy to take out. There's just a lot of them. Then that would actually be a cool ending if they kill Eren and then they have to kill a bunch of mindless Titans like it's the beginning of the series and they're all in maneuver gear. And, like, all the Titans have to quickly kill all these fucking millions of Titans. And they get the whole army, like in the first opening in the anime, where it's like a whole army of fucking scouts jumping up in the air with maneuver gear on. That'd be okay, you know? They gotta have, like, 10,000 soldiers at least, right? What are they, like, 3 million Titans? They just gotta kill, like, 10 of them each? What the fuck ever? It could be someone with long hair, considering similar to the silhouette also, in 126 ended up being Hanji. Yeah, the silhouette really doesn't mean shit. It could be like someone completely different. They got their hair in a thing. It does very much look like a receding hairline bald dude though. But who knows? He could pull anything out of his ass. It's one of the 3 kids from the Rod Reese Titan. Maybe. It's a secret race. It is Rod Reese. He got taller, alright? That's who it is. Didn't one of them end up being a Jaegerist? One of the kids from the Rod Reese thing? I don't remember. Kyle really said that it'll be like 1 million Titans. God, you're great. They'll just kill 1 million Titans. Easy. It takes years to become barely proficient in ODM gear, my guy. Well, they got a bunch of people in training or whatever the fuck. Send them out there. But yeah, I think we are going to end it. Who cares? The chapter should be fine. It's probably going to be none of the things we expect it to be as they usually are, so I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know about these last minute prediction videos. Have they ever been right? I think the month that Levi was going to come back, I did put Levi in the thumbnail of maybe this will be the Levi chapter, and we got that right. But, whatever. This is just a general discussion thing. These videos have no relevance a month after they come out. But that being said, we got to let the YouTube audience go, so support links in the description below. Goodbye to the YouTube audience.